And welcome back, everyone. This time we're looking at runecrafting again, going from level 50 to 55. This video's been sped up quite a bit. Originally it took just under an hour and a half. I think it was about an hour and 20. I've sped it up because you don't want to sit through all of that, and I don't want to sit through it doing the commentating afterwards either. I did make a bit of a mistake here. So as you can see in my inventory, it's still full of regular runes as well, which gave me a bit of a problem because when you go to cross some of the spans, it might say, oh, you need a water rune or something like that. And of course, if you have a glance at my inventory, there is a water in there, but it's a different kind. It's the normal ones used for casting spells, so it's a bit awkward when you look at that. The other mistake I made is, at the moment I'm on a members server. I just decided to do it for a month and see what I thought. But because on a member server you can come in straight to the second level of the runespan, that's what I did. And there aren't as many of the lesser S-lings, water, earth, air, stuff like that. So you end up having to chase around quite a lot looking for basic runes. I've since learned, obviously, and hope you will learn from my mistake instead of doing it yourself. You're better off going at the bottom level, work your way across, picking up those essential runes on the way, and by the time you get to the vine going up to the second level, you should have a nice little collection and be enough to let you move around freely. So probably a good 10 or 15 minutes of this exercise was me running around to try and find basic bits. Now, the other logo you might not recognise if you're on a free server. If you look towards the top middle of the page there, you've got the four symbols in a line down. The very bottom one is a rune sphere. Currently it's a core. Now, rune sphere is a members only thing, unfortunately. It's good for getting a bit of quick experience, and it spawns on different levels of the rune span. And when you find it, you siphon off each layer. So obviously it starts at a different layer depending on what level of the span it forms on. For example, the best it can do is if it's on the very top level, it'll be soul runes, and then after a couple of 3 minutes, it'll lose its outer shell and become a blood runes, and so on and so forth all the way down. If it spawns on the middle level, the best it can be is law, and if it spawns on the bottom level, I think the best you can get is chaos, or it might be cosmic, one or the other. But you siphon from that and it extracts rune dust, and I think you're only allowed about 1,000 rune dust. It's capped per day, and once it gets to its core state, which is where it is currently, you can hand in your rune dust for experience. Now, siphoning off from the layers before it becomes a core, some runes it's a little bit higher than it would be if you were doing it from a node or from an S-ling. Others it's a bit lower. But you get the experience from siphoning it initially, and then you get experience when you hand your dust in afterwards as well. Now, you can only hand in once per day, and the maximum I think is 1,000. Like I said before, any more than 1,000 that you have in your bank or whatever, you'll have to wait until the next day to hand it in. But it is a very quick little exercise to get experience. That does come up in one of our videos. I think it's actually the next one when I'm going from 55 to 60. And by doing that, I actually managed to do from 55 to 60 slightly quicker than I managed to do 50 to 55, which, considering it's a larger experience gap to cover, that's all made up because of the Runesphere. So if you're on a member server, bear in mind it is worth it. For the free-to-play players, sorry, you're just gonna have to do it the hard way. And anyone who's free to play and wondering why I've changed, it's just because I felt like a bit of a changing it up a bit. There is no difference for the free to play players from my last video, getting us to 50 in the first place. For you all the way to 99, it is just the same thing now. It's just hard work and perseverance. I don't mind doing it. That's how I did it the first time. But on this occasion, I'm going to just play around a bit and have a bit of fun. But yeah, like I said, 2 key points. Dump all your runes out of your inventory before you get into the runespan. Just makes it easier to see what you've got at a glance. And the other one is going at the bottom floor. It's a lot easier. You end up with enough runes to be able to move between the islands. Now in this, I think all up we needed, I think it was about 1500 or so runes extracted if we went for kind of middle of the road, not getting the top all the time and not getting the bottom all the time. And you can do it quite comfortably. Like I said, I did it in 1 hour and 20, and that was allowing 10 or 15 minutes to run around trying to find runes to get across the islands, because I'd made a pig's ear of getting here. But yeah, hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you've got any questions, queries, comments, whatever, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.